All right, welcome back to math today. Today we're moving on to area of complex shapes. So, first thing we need to know is what is a complex shape? What do you guys think? Josiah?
Like one of these. I'll put it up once. It's like those ones with different shapes coming out.
Okay, so those of you at home, this is what he drew. He drew like a rectangle like that with a square at the top. Okay, he's right. It's a complex shape. I cannot say I'm going to use the length and the width to find that because it's not a rectangle, right? Liam?
I thought, I was getting nervous for a minute. I thought you meant the thing that, like, remember when you said, like, the really hard thing that, like, in 5th grade, where, like, it's, like, 3.
Oh, volume? Yeah, no, not volume. We're sticking with area. But sometimes you'll have a shape that's not just a straight up rectangle or square. But we know strategies to solve it. So, that is what we're doing today. So on your whiteboards, you're going to need to stick with me. When I draw anything, please draw it right away or you'll fall behind. And you know when you fall behind, you stop listening and you're just copying, and that's not learning. All right, so very first shape we're going to draw is kind of like an L, a real fat L. Don't worry if your picture's not perfect. It just needs to be good enough that we can figure out our problem. All right, now I'm going to label all of our sides. All right, down across the bottom, we have 14 centimeters. And the full left side is 10 centimeters. Now, normally when we find area, we only need one length and width, right? But this time it's different. Dylan? Lost your marker. Good thing we've got lots of extras here. I will roll it back to you, all right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. So, this short little side, I'm going to give you some measurements, okay? This side is 6 centimeters. And this side, well, let's see if anyone can figure out what it has to be. Everyone look very carefully. If I know this entire side is 10, this part is 6, what does this have to be? Abby?
Is it 2?
Not 2. You're close. Angie?
3?
Getting closer.
Wait.
Liam?
6?
Getting colder. Cadence?
4.
4. How'd you know that?
6 plus 4 is 10.
Okay, 6 plus 4 is 10. Huh. All right, good to keep in our heads. Okay, now we still don't know the length of this part and this part, but we know all together they're going to be 14. So I'm splitting them in half. I'm going to say this is 7. So if that part's 7, this part also has to be 7, so we get to 14. Okay, so that's how you will see a problem today. All the sides will be labeled, and it'll ask you to find the area. Does anybody remember, we've done one of these before. What was the first thing I had to do to make this easier? Because we're still going to try to use our area formula. Hayden?
Split it.
Split it. Yep. We need to split it. Now, there are different ways you can split a shape. Okay, so no one write this part. Just eyes up here and watch. I could split it right here. Okay, and I could find the area of this top and the bottom, add them together. Does anyone else see a different way I could split it? Noah?
You could split it on the side.
Like down this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could split it this way. Do you think it matters which way you split it if all your work is accurate? You'll get the same answer both ways, okay? So we'll take turns deciding which way to split it. I'm just going to leave it this way since that's what I've drawn, okay? So everybody, go ahead, split your complex shape into 2 rectangles. That's okay. It's close to a square because it's 7 by 6. It's almost a square. All right, now remember last time I always had you label the inside so you didn't get confused. And I realized something that might not be so great. I always start with shape A. Does that get a little confusing when we're using our area formula and we have A equals area?
Yeah.
I think so. So I'm not going to use A anymore. I'm going to start with B, just so I don't have to get confused with the area symbol. And then I'll call my little one C. So any questions so far? Okay, we drew the shape. You're going to get the shape on your paper. You just have to decide where you want to split it, okay? All right, so next step, we have to find the area of 2 different shapes. Where's my black marker? There it is. All right. Hayden, we're going to start with shape B. Okay, so I like to write both my shapes and stay very organized. Okay, that is my recommendation to you. What is my area formula first, Hayden?
C. Well,
Just don't look at the picture. What's our area formula?
A
Equals?
equals L times W.
All right, good. First step. All right, now since we're doing shape B, let's figure out what we know. We don't know the area, right? So we can copy the A. Do we know the long side or our length? Josiah?
No. Well,
Take a look at shape B.
7.
Okay, well 7, is that our longest side or is that going to be our width?
That's our width.
It's our width. But guys, do you remember multiplying? Does it matter the order of my numbers?
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't. So if I said 10 times 7, would I get the same if I did 7 times 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you mix up your length and width, it's not a big deal, okay? But length is typically our long side. So our length would be 10 times, someone tell me the width of shape B. Liam? 7. Just this part, right? So 10 times 7, we can find that. We know 10 times 7 is 70. So 70 centimeters squared is the area of shape B. Any questions so far? That's basically what we've been doing for 2 weeks, right? The only thing different now is we have to do 2 areas and then add them up. So go ahead, write your equation again. Area equals L times W. And now we look at shape C. All right, someone who hasn't answered in a while, tell me, what is the length of shape C? Length of shape C. All of you've been answering. Let's see, Liam, what do you think the length will be of shape C, the longest side? We've got a 7 up top, right, and a 6 on the side. So which one's bigger?
7.
The 7. So area equals 7 times, what's the width of shape C? Abby? 6. So if I multiply, we know that math fact. If you don't keep practicing, 42 centimeters squared. Are we done? Oh, Josiah said no. Josiah, why are we not done finding the area?
We have to add 70 and 42.
Oh, okay, I agree with you. Someone else tell me why. Why do we need to do what Josiah just said? Abby?
Because if we just keep them separate, that wouldn't make any sense.
Right. If we keep them separate, we didn't really answer the question. We said, well, part of the area is this, part of the area is that. They want the whole area, okay? So stack them and add them. Make sure I don't make a silly mistake. 70 plus 42.
Whenever you say, don't make a silly mistake, we sometimes always.
Well, sometimes I do. Keeps you guys sharp. All right, I'm looking for thumbs. I got 1 thumb, 2 thumbs, 3 thumbs, 4 thumbs. All right, friends at home, I think we did it right here. So make sure your work looks like ours.
Sarah, well, I have a question.
Okay,
What is that 14?
at the bottom? Well, see on the shape, all the way across the bottom's 14. Did we really need that information? No. So just like in a word problem, some of those numbers up here we really didn't need. Like this 4, did we use that? No. Because, is that the length or the width of shape B? No, it's just a part of shape B. So sometimes it might help you guys. Let me get a big book or something. Once you split your shapes up, if it's still overwhelming, you can cover it all the way up like that, okay? Then it makes it a little more clear that you need the whole side of shape B, right? 2 sides. Then you could do the same with this shape, okay? So that might help some of you. Think of them as 2 separate shapes. All right, go ahead, erase your boards. We're going to do 1 more of these together. All right, this time, let's do one like this. Kind of the same shape, just upside down. All right, friends at home, I'm going to pause you while we get our boards erased like I asked. All right, so we have this shape. Hopefully you've got that drawn. The top side, let's make the top side 8 feet. And this side, we're going to make 6 feet. Okay, so now all the other little parts I'm going to put around, make sure you label with me. This part down here at the bottom is 2 feet. And this long side up here, well, I'll just ask if anybody knows what does that have to be. If the whole top's 8 feet, this little part is 2 feet, what does the rest have to be, Emma?
6.
6 feet, nice job. So when I'm making these up, I can't just put whatever numbers. I have to make sure it makes sense. All right, now I've got 6 feet along this side, so I can put something here and something here. I'm going to say this is 2 feet. And if that part's 2 feet, what does this part have to be? Noah?
2 feet?
Well, will 2
Well,
plus
8
2
feet.
equal 6?
No, 8 feet.
Well, if I had 2 here and 8 here, I'd have 10 feet. So I need it to be 6 feet.
Oh, 4.
4. Nice job. Okay, you will not be asked to do that on your homework today, okay? All right, now we have to split it. So someone who's been answering a lot of questions, you will get to choose which way we split it. We can either split it here and have a big tower, or split it here and have a longer piece at the top. Abby, what do you want to do?
Can't, split it so you don't...
A long tower. All right. So we're going to split our shape right here. And now if you guys want to be like me, which not always you don't need to be like me, but when you do your math, this is a good tip. What do I write inside my shapes to keep them straight? Angie?
B and C. And also, where'd you get that 4?
It will just be on the paper. Okay, you don't have to worry about that 4. We knew it had to be a 4 because if this whole side is 6, then this whole imaginary side also has to be 6. So 2 plus 4 is 6. But if you didn't get that, you don't have to, okay? All right, so Angie said we need to label them B and C. We stopped using A because it was confusing with the A of our area formula. All right, so shape B, we're gonna have to find its area, and then we'll do the same for shape C. What should I write down first thing before I even look at my numbers? Abby?
A equals L squared.
All right. And those of you that are resistant to doing this, look how much time that just took. None. Okay, maybe about 4 seconds. Okay, so ignore shape C, just looking at shape B. If it helps you, cover your hand up over it. Can we use this 8 that goes all the way over to this end? Someone raise your hand and tell me yes or no and why. Is this 8 going to be useful to us to find the area of shape B? Hayden?
Yes. Because it's a bigger number and you can multiply it by 6 or 2.
Think very carefully. This 8 starts here and goes all the way to here. Noah?
No, you're not going to need it because it crosses B and C, and because it's already 8. You need something, 2 letters that's going to make it.
All right, so we can only go to here. This 8 stretches from this end all the way to that end. So we can't use it the way we split this up. But do we have the length of shape B down below? Okay, 6. That is the length of shape B. So we can start off by saying area equals 6 times. All right, if that's my length, what's my width of shape B? Hayden?
2.
2. So we just look for the complete sides. The long complete side was 6. The short complete side was 2. All right, so you all multiply the 6 times 2. Check my work, make sure I'm correct. That one wasn't too bad with small numbers. All right, I'm getting some thumbs ups, a few of them. All right, now for shape C, we have our formula. Is this 4 feet going to be helpful? Someone raise your hand and tell me why or why not. Josiah?
No,
Why not?
because it's already a 6.
Okay, this 4 is only part of a side for shape C. Okay, we need a full length and a full width. So my length has to be 6. That's the complete side of shape C. All right, so if 6 is my length, what's my width? Abby? 2. My complete width across the bottom. All right, now we can multiply. Ah, looky there. Any questions so far about why we did what we did? You thumbs up or question?
Never mind.
Never mind.
I just forgot.
Okay. All right, now class, are we finished?
Yes.
We have the area of B, we have the area of C, so we're done?
No.
What do we have to do, Liam?
Add 12 and 12.
We have to add the 12 and the 12, which I don't even think we need to add and stack them, okay?
No.
12 plus 12, or 12 times 2, is what? Liam? 24. So our complete area of that entire shape is 24 feet squared. All right? I know this is a new idea. Okay, any questions about how we're splitting up our shape? Angie?
I don't get how the C formula is the same as the B.
Well, we always use this formula for area. That's why I've been making you write it so many times. So really, on a problem with a complex shape, it's basically like you have to find the area of two rectangles separately, and then you add the areas together. So we have to do area for shape B, then we have to find the area for shape C, and then we have both areas. If we add them together, we'll know the area for the entire shape. I guess we call BC, okay? So let's do one more easier one. I'm going to guide you through it a little bit less, okay? I think you guys know the steps. So erase your boards. I don't need to ask you twice. Okay, this shape's going to be different. We are going to have a big rectangle on the bottom and a little nub on the top. Okay, big rectangle and a nub. All right, the distance across the bottom is 6 meters. This side is 4 meters. This side is also 4 meters. It has to be. They're the same. This is 1 meter. No, it's not. It's going to be 2 meters. This will be 2 meters. And this will be 2 meters. Go ahead and label your shape. And if you finish before I move on, you could go ahead and think about how are you going to split that up to make it easiest to find the area of two parts. All right, Cadence, how do you think I should split my shape? How can I split it to make it into two rectangles or squares? What about that little nub at the top? Can we make that its own little shape? Yeah. So we're just going to say little nub, we're going to find your area first, and then we'll find the area of this big part. So I'm going to make the little nub a B, this big part a C. Now the next step, we know we have to find the area for B and C. So I go ahead and get myself organized. Area for B will go there. Area for C will go here. Is there one more step I can go ahead and do now to be totally organized? Abby?
Your A equals
Write your formula. A equals L times W. So we'll find the area for shape B. Then we'll find the area for shape C. All right, you got the whole thing set up. So now it's just making sure you don't make a silly mistake. When I'm looking at shape B, I need, oh, I forgot one of my, if this is 4, this has to be, let's say 2. So these sides are 2 also. Now, shape B. Do we know the length and the width of shape B? That tiny little nubbin at the top. Hayden?
shape B.
Yep, we need 2 complete sides.
Well, we don't use the.
So we're just looking at this little shape up here. So is this length across the top, is that the complete length all the way across? Shape B? Okay, so we can use 2. What about this 2? Is that the complete other side? Yeah, so it's just 2 times 2. So area for little shape B, we have a length of 2 and a width of 2. I found those 2's just by looking at its complete sides. Well, that's pretty easy. So the area of shape B is 4 meters squared, which makes sense. It's tiny. Should we expect shape B will have a bigger area? Yeah. All right, now for shape C, we don't know our area, but we do know our length and our width. Who can tell me the complete long side of shape C? Angie?
6.
Yep, it goes all the way across, so we know it's the complete length. Times, what is my complete width? Hayden?
4.
4. All the way across, that is my width. We know this math fact. 6 times 4 is 24 meters squared. All right, are we done?
No.
No. Someone raise your hand and tell me what's our last step. Cadence? Yeah, right now these areas are separated. I only have it for B and C. We need to smush them together. So I've got 4 plus 24. If you need to write it down to be accurate, do it. If you've got it mentally in your head, you're good. Is that a perfect answer?
No.
No. Angie, what's wrong with it?
You have to add the meters and a little too.
Correct, because it's area. All right. Friends at home, thank you for working with us today. I will see you tomorrow.